So hi guys, what's up? How you doing today? My name is Eke-spiff, aka God's Power Station, and you are highly welcome to the first episode of Random Sermon, where we have our first guest appearance. Like guys, this one is just lit. Oh my goodness, I am happy to have you here. Random Sermon equals R plus S. So guys, we like being on board and we like being on course. What is Random Sermon? Random Sermon is a podcast where we interact and we share our stories based on our encounters, testimonies, and experiences with Christ Jesus. And it's also a place where we have healthy conversations. We do not want to have conversations in a vacuum anymore. We want to bring them to a place where they will be highlighted, and no better place than the Word of God. Can I hear somebody say an amen? All right, so without further ado, guys, this one is going to be different. I want to welcome someone very important. Now let me give this backstory. So ever since I have met this person, he has been impactful. We've had several conversations. He's always interested, like what am I up to, like what are you up to, that kind of thing, from my spoken word to my post on my different social media accounts and all of that. Like, he's somebody that I told myself I have to bring on the show because he has a lot to offer. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome my very first guest appearance on the Random Sermon Vodcast, Mr. Emmanuel Vincent Fiberesima Peterside. Put your hands together for our first guest. Yay!
Hi everyone.
Hi. I'm responding on your behalf.
Thank you for bringing me up on the show. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. So I hope I do not, just turn your names upside down, that kind of thing. So please, can you help us pronounce the names or tell us your name again? I want to hear from your mouth.
You've said it all. You said it correctly.
All right.
My name is Vincent Emmanuel Fiberesima Peterside.
All right. We are so excited to have you here. And I know that our e-flyers have been going around, we've been making a fuss, on the internet space, and it was definitely for a reason. So our topic for today is navigating through your 20-somethings. 20-something gang. If you should come here, we're gonna gather here. We are here to talk about this thing because it's a topic that is very relevant. We need to interact. We need to have this conversation so that we will know how to meander through the stage of our lives. And I know that Mr. Emmanuel, are you part of the 20-something gang, or have you passed that 20-something?
I've gone past. I've gone past that age bracket.
Okay.
But I still feel and wish, to always. Everyone always wants to remain young.
Yeah.
Vibrant.
That's true.
That's why it is usually called the good old days.
Woo!
Good old days. So.
I heard you. So let me just say this before you continue your introduction. I consider him, I don't want to say an old man. I consider him, okay, he's not in our age brackets. I'm looking for the best way to pass this information across.
I am not an old
without
man.
offending anybody.
I am not an old man
But
at all.
you're a young man at heart.
Young and vibrant.
That was what attracted me to you. Okay, please guys, he's married though. Please. Yeah, that was why I was like, if I'm going to bring anybody on the show to discuss this topic, I'm going to bring you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm honored.
We are more honored to have you, sir. Your drinks are coming shortly. I've ordered some drinks for you. All right, so let us proceed. You have told us your name. So how old are you now? Are you going to give us your government age, or you are going to give us your I am +1 age?
It has always been that way. I'll be +1 by Wednesday precisely.
Oh my goodness, happy birthday!
Which happens to be on the 26th of October. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's so interesting. My younger sister is also October. Today happens to be her birthday, so that's what makes this episode even more interesting for me. All right, so this country is hard. You're hustling left and right, but as I'm looking at you now, you are looking dapper. That means God is doing something. He's doing something in your case. So sir, can you share with us where do you work and all that? What's your occupation?
At the moment, I manage an event center.
All right.
And I'm in Port Harcourt.
Yeah,
Regular Port Harcourt
PhD.
boy, regular Port Harcourt guy.
Yeah.
And that's it for now.
Okay, you're just
And
trying
I'm a
to.
socialite as well.
That's nice. You have to highlight that once more for us. We 20 somethings. You have to understand. Enlighten us. Also, our guest is trying to sound very humble. He manages an event center. He's into the whole hotel business. So I think they call it hotelier.
Something like that.
Something like that. You see how he's trying to sound humble. Don't worry, it's fine. We'll find out more about you. Okay, so what are your hobbies? What do you do when you are not doing events and when you're not managing hotels?
One thing a lot of people know me for, I love music. I love listening to music.
I like this one.
And I love doing music.
Okay.
With every opportunity I get.
Okay.
That's why you always catch me in karaoke bars when it's time to relax.
So where are we going to catch you this week or on your birthday?
Oh, on my birthday, I should be in two places. Two places.
Okay.
One is at Sally's Foods.
Sally's Foods.
And of course, I'm gonna end it up in my own spots.
Yeah.
The
Green Veg Arena.
So I'm using this opportunity to invite everyone.
Are you
to
sure?
Green Veg Arena.
Not the one that you put bouncers when we want to come now. They say, please, where's your invite?
No.
All right.
It's a free for all.
I'll definitely be there. So happy birthday in advance once more. Okay, so our topic for today is navigating through your 20-somethings. I know that's quite a broad subject area, but I'm just going to give this whole brief story. I remember when I was almost done with school, they would give us like some few weeks to come back home and prepare for graduation or convocation, as they will call it, and all that. So that was how I came back. I haven't even gotten my certificate yet. Only for me to come back, I was already getting this most asked question: what next? What next? My father, from my mother, like from neighbors, even from prognosers. Like, so what do you want to do next with your life? And I really think it's very, very. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's proper. Because that individual at that point, we're still trying to figure this thing out. We're still trying to figure life out. Like, after going through a course for 4, 5, or 6 years and all that, you are still under so much pressure. Like, in fact, you are recuperating from the academic rigors. Like, and then you're not even done completely, and people are already asking you, so what next? What next? So we're here to talk about all those stuffs today. Like, how do we even navigate through this what next phase? Like, this whole confusion that we are faced with, this whole uncertainty. But before we get into all that deliciousness, we are going to ask our guest something. You are the main focus. The spotlight is even on you for the day. So, what is your fondest memory from your 20-somethings? And when I say 20-somethings, I'm talking about the early 20s, middle 20s, and the late 20s that you may probably take to the other side of the world. Like, you may probably take into your grave, when you're gray and old.
My fondest memory has to do with, the time, the period I spent, doing music, following my passion.
Okay.
I have a great passion for music, and I'm also talented in that area by the grace of God.
You will sing for us on the show today.
And so my fondest memories
Okay.
have always been my, the period when I was actually pursuing my passion. Going to studios, the experiences we had,
Yeah.
the shows, the late nights, the studio ratting and all that.
Yeah, the studio rats thing. Like when we were just behind, behind camera, he was telling me how, they were addressed as studio rats, and I'm like, this is serious. So can you tell me one experience you had in the studio and you were like, guy, I will never forget this particular experience, either positive or negative?
There are so many experiences. I can't really pinpoint a particular one, but I've always had beautiful memories. We had our challenges, but for me the memories are beautiful. I had an opportunity to meet with a lot of persons, in the course of all that. Meeting with people, having opportunity to feature people's works and all that. It's a beautiful memory to carry along.
Yeah, that's amazing. So
there was a time I got a recommendation. I was recommended to an artist, a big artist, and it was a wonderful moment for me. Also, I could also remember a few moments back in school, when I was opportune to win the Glow Campus Storm.
Oh, Shay, you didn't tell me this one behind the camera.
When I was opportune to win the Glow Campus Storm at the University of Calabar, I think that was around 2007, 2006, 2007 precisely. It was a memorable night. It was a beautiful time. So through all that, my music journey, pursuing music, and again, the experience. That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, so your musical journey as a whole, and we can see that you're very passionate. You mentioned being vibrant. I mean, you're still vibrant now, but we can see that you were even more vibrant than your studio adventures. I remember you mentioned to me when we were chatting how you will walk from a very long distance, like you'll cover a very long distance with your friends then, just so you can get to the studio.
Yes,
so can you just give us like how that worked out? Like how did that play out for you?
Like I said initially, it was we pursuing passion. That was it. Literally, for those of us who know Port Harcourt very well.
Okay.
I'm very conversant with Port Harcourt, especially the Trans-Amadi axis. I and a friend, we used to trek from the Trans-Amadi slaughter area down to Moji. Then we never had the new Trans-Moji roads, so we had to take through artillery and all that. A lot of them. Sometimes we also go from Trans-Amadi to what's it called? I think Okporo Road area. On our foot, and we were happy. Sometimes we move along, we sing, we were happy. We chant on the road.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's something I would never forget.
Something you always cherish.
These are experiences we will never forget.
Yeah,
we will never forget that in a hurry.
Yeah.
And they're still fresh in my mind.
Okay.
So like I said in a nutshell, the period where I pursued my followed my passion
career.
musically are some of the memories that has always been with me.
Whoa, that's like a whole lot of an epistle right there. So you can see why I say that he's a young boy at heart. Yeah, forget about the whole age bracket thing. Like our guest is a young boy at heart. All right, so it's amazing to hear your backstory. It's amazing that from music you transcended into owning an event business and all of that. So we are coming to that here on this episode because we need to, we want to touch all those areas. We are interested. So we brought you here to be scrutinized actually. All right, so it's really amazing. being wild and free, as they would put it, just having the time of your life and exploring your passion. That is something that I think the 20 somethings are about. Just wanting to have the time of your life and just explore your passion and all of that. So, I would say that you were a dreamer.
Yes,
You were quite a dreamer.
It's a phase where it's expected.
Yeah.
That's a phase where everybody have big dreams.
Big dreams.
And also want to see them come to light.
Mm-hmm.
You have big dreams. Your passion is usually at its peak.
At its peak.
At that level, you want to. If you look at some of the age brackets of most of our music artists that are celebrities today, they're within that age bracket. Everybody wants to, that's when you feel your best is seen. The best of you is seen. For those who are dancers, for those who are singers, for those who are, you see, you're just at the peak of your performance.
Right.
So and secondly too, you want to see everything happening.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see everything happening. So it's usually a period where big dreams are bettered and also pursued with all the vigors that you can think of. And also that's where inexperience and experiences comes into.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so at what point did reality set in for you? You talked about having big dreams, like musically. I'm sure you wanted to be a performing artist. You told me behind the camera that you could go to different stages then, perform. You mentioned winning a glow competition and all of that. So like things were looking up for you. So at what point did reality come in? But before we delve into that aspect, what were the challenges you faced as you nursed these dreams in your 20-somethings?
For the sake of time, I'm going to just point out to, you talked about reality setting in and the challenges. First of all, the challenge has always been for every upcoming act, especially those who are into the music. I don't know about now, but I know then it was really challenging financially.
Yeah, financial challenge.
Finance gives birth to every other
Definitely.
discomforts and other things that delay,
discouragement.
Discourage. So if you're not, if you don't have a strong sponsorship or support, it will always affect, the level of, the level of your passion, the level of your enthusiasm, the level of energy and effort that you try to put into all that.
Alright.
So that was it basically. That was our discouragement. Then where reality sets in is you begin to see you've had set goals, you've had certain projections that you want to achieve, but because there are certain impediments,
limitations.
You have limitations. You find out that you can't really get to, and sometimes you just tell yourself. We had friends then too who would tell us, "Oh boy, leave this thing. Go find one thing we go do. Go find another thing we go do first, or go find something we go do. Well, go find money." So you're always faced with the reality that if you don't have money, some of the things you want to achieve, you would not achieve them at that time career-wise. So those were the realities that the harsh reality we had to face. Money was a huge problem. And so, and as young boys then trying to make our dreams come true, we weren't seeing enough. So that's it basically.
I think it's still the same thing now. Like money is still such a major challenge. Having dreams and not being able to actualize them because of the financial limitations. Like things are expensive. Like you want to do something, and by the time you have written down all these, your plans, your goals, your aspirations, by the time you start costing these things, hey God, for instance, now you want to do a podcast. By the time you start costing these things, location, getting microphone, like by the time you start costing these things, like you'll be like, oh whoa, like the whole discouragement blow just hits you hard. So I think this brings me to my next question. How can you overcome, the reality that is like staring at you right in the face? Like, how do you now overcome those realities?
Okay, yeah, I wanted to chip that in before now. Thank God it came.
Okay.
The thing is, another challenge we had that we never knew was, inexperience and impatience. You talked about this particular age bracket. Like I said before, it's a phase. It's a bracket where everybody, there are big dreams. You dream big, and you want to see them actualizing. If you look at the world today, you find people within this same age bracket going into fraudulent activities, doing a lot of things. Everybody wants to make it. There's so much anxiety. There's so much anxiety. There's so much desire to,
like, we go blow. I must make it and all that.
There's so much desire to accomplish certain things, to become this, to be like this. That's what everybody wants to be like. They want to be like the next big thing. They want to be the next big thing. So it's within this age bracket. So what helps you is when you begin to learn, maybe from an older person's experience. So there's a lot of impatience that comes with this age bracket. There's a lot of inexperience that comes with it. So sometimes you never really can learn until you get out of that phase and you begin to realize that, okay, this is where, that's what has been for some persons. And so that's it. So at this age, patience is key. Patience is key, and experience, to learning from other people's experience, is also key. So that's it.
Okay, I've gotten a whole lot of things. You talked about, like, you being inexperienced at that point, you being impatient at that point. So
and also lacking discipline. You see, the discipline that comes with staying put, going through the process. A process. A lot of people these days, why people hunger for so many things, why they desire for so many things, is because people are beginning to shun process. Everybody wants to wake up one morning and become big. They want to become successful.
They just want to blow.
Like what they say, being successful overnight. So that's it.
Okay, so going through the process, and this particular point is for my millennials out there. Like, looking at my generation now, I know that we just want to skip classes. We just want to collapse years. Like, you want to be like this person. You want to own this thing this person has. You want to have that property. You want to have, you want to have that life, basically. But you have forgotten that this person or these people submitted themselves to the school of the process. They didn't, except they gained it in an illegal manner. But for those people that went through the legitimate route, these people went through the school of the process. Life does not just happen. Life is in stages. I mean, you were in your mother's womb once, and then your mom started counting, few weeks, 1 month, 2 months, and before you know what's happening, the months rolled by. 9 months, you went to delivery room, you were out, and then you start counting months again. Like, it's just like taking little steps. Nobody wants to take little steps again. Everybody just wants to take that giant leap. In fact, nobody wants to take leap. They just want to fly. They just want to get wings. They just want to fly. They just want to fly.
It's what comes with it's natural. It's what comes with the phase. And the truth is, for some persons, when they begin to get out of that phase, they begin to realize, and there's always some point where you retreat, you slow down, you take a pause, and so that's it.
Wow. This has been amazing. You mentioned, I believe if you go back to your 20-something-year-old self, there are certain key things you would like to tell that version of Emmanuel.
Of course.
So, like, can you just give us like 3 things? We're trying to conserve time. Like, give us like 3 things. If you meet that version of Emmanuel in the mirror now, you're like, hi, Emmanuel. Like, what are the 3 things you like to tell your 20-somethings-year-old self if you are opportunity to meet him today?
First thing is be patient.
Be patient.
Be patient. Learn the ropes. Whatever your hand finds to do, be at it. Just be at it. And be patient. Be at it and be patient. And know when to move and when to stop. So be patient, learn the ropes, go through the process, allow the process, because it molds you, it helps you,
trains
so
you.
that's what I'm going to tell my older version and
your younger version, you mean?
My younger version. No, sorry. That's what I'm going to tell my younger version. If I am to go back to be patient, be focused, and how do I put it? If you keep your eyes simple.
What do you mean by keep your eyes simple?
When I mean keep your eyes simple, there are a lot of, this age comes with so many distractions. You see, you want to do so many things at once. You want to do everything in one time.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
So all of these are intertwined anyway.
Yeah.
Be patient, keep your eyes focused. If you've decided to do, and be decisive. Correct.
I really like that word.
Be decisive.
It just hits.
If you've chosen to do this, stay put to that. Stick with it and run with it. With time, you will master that art, and you become a voice. You become an authority in that area. That's what I'm going to tell you.
You become a master. So we interacted before now. Like, I'm sorry, but I was trying to take some things from his wisdom well before now. So guys, you missed that one behind the scene. Anyway, so the school of the process is very important. It's very essential. Going through the school, you went through primary school, secondary school. What is the need? This whole thing that they say, school now, scam, school now. It's not scam. It's taking you through a process. That regimented process. There's something it creates in you. It molds you. It fine tunes you. It removes all those excesses. So when you submit yourself to the dynamics of the school of the process, you are learning so much. Now, don't look at this person's journey. Like, your journey is unique to you. There's this whole popular post I saw a while back saying that God do not, like, your calling or something like that was not a conference call. People are not meant to understand your calling because it was not a conference call. You understand? Like, it is for you. Like, you have a part to play. You have to go through the school of the process. And when you go through the school of the process, you discover that you become a master in your field. And I think I want to mention this. I think that we are striving too hard for perfection. That's one thing I've seen. You want to be perfect. There's so much pressure to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect.
No, I think that is how the human. That's how humans are wired. But the thing is, there's a difference between striving for perfection and actually meeting expectations.
I like that.
Society, striving for perfection, it's inherent. Everybody wants to be good at what they do and who they are. You understand? But meeting people's another thing is meeting people's expectations.
They have of you.
The expectations people have of you. You want to meet them. You want to, So some persons are working towards perfection, while others are working towards meeting people's expectation. And when you work towards meeting people's expectation, then you're on the wrong direction. You should be working towards perfection, which is how the human, the human phenomenon is designed.
All right.
So there's nothing wrong with working towards perfection. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with being perfect at what you do. Yeah, but I think I would like to put this in, progression, not perfection. Let's not be too focused on perfection and then we forget progression. as far as you are doing it, there are things that are more important than being perfect. Are you consistent in this thing? Are you making progress in this thing? Like, have you even started this thing before you are talking about, oh my God, perfection? Like, you have to start something. You have to start working towards something. You have to be making progress at something. Like, your focus should not be, oh my God, I have to be perfect, I have to get this right, and then you are scared of failing. Because I believe that there is something.
When you talk about the word perfection itself, it's the word perfection itself is not static.
Okay.
You know, that's the difference. People think perfection is when you're static. When you say this thing is excellent, it doesn't mean that it is a process.
Yeah.
Excellence is a process. Excellence is not something you just do once. Excellence is something that it's progressive.
Yeah, consistency.
So perfection itself is progressive.
I love that.
Perfection itself is progressive.
I love
you
that.
Go to you come to Nigeria. You know, you were in Nigeria so year, and you ate. You went to a particular spot and you ate a meal. One mama yabo. You went there, you ate a meal, and you left with an experience. Oh man, there's something I ate there, delicious.
Okay.
You come back 5 years time and you still eat that same delicious thing. There's perfection in progression.
There's perfection in progression.
You understand?
Okay.
It has not lost value. It has not lost sense of taste. It has not lost the way the services are rendered.
Okay.
You understand? So this is what I want. This is perfect for me.
Okay.
And I come back and I still get the same experience. So it's perfection in progression. So when people strive to get better, you understand? It's perfection in progression.
I like that.
That is what it is.
I like that. You know, most people feel like perfection is just, you just hit it once.
And like I said, it's different from when people begin to push you to be like this, push you to be like this. That's where you talk about pressure coming in and all that.
We'll come to that part. You see why I invited you. We'll come to that part. All right. So I think I learned something from what you just mentioned. Now you said there is perfection in progression. So I think I would like to say this, that perfection is not a destination, it's a journey. Perfection is not a destination, it's a journey. That is what I want to say. All right, so guys,